Hi there, book friends. This is a vlog. Well, it's a sham of a vlog because I'm terrible at vlogging, but I wanted to for the Bookie Trials Weekender. I've been having a great time so far. It is currently like 5:20 on the Saturday because I was supposed to start vlogging this morning and I didn't because I was really busy with like sorting out uni stuff, and then it was time for one of the streams. But I've got my cape on and I have completed one of my books. So I have completed the first volume of the Mortal Instruments graphic novel, and I don't know exactly how I feel about it yet. I finished this last night on the like set off stream. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. I'm kind of leaving it till I finish the second volume, which is conducive to City of Bones. That's how it counts as my reread, because I didn't want to just actually fully reread this. I want to read it in a different format. The art style means that it would never get below, you know, 3 stars, because honestly it's gorgeous. It is how I envisioned a lot of the characters. But I do feel like the plot is watered down. I feel like if you hadn't actually read City of Bones, this is not conducive to reading it instead. Very much brushes over things. We get a very limited perspective. A lot of stuff just happens and there isn't necessarily the most build-up or explanation. It doesn't explore the world in the same way, and the events that happen in this book, like there's build up to them and then you're exploring it, but when this book they just kind of happen. I'm gonna like give it till the next volume to really like fully to rate it on Goodreads and to fully explain how I feel, because obviously this is the first volume. Like you kind of got to give things a little bit of a leeway. Like the first series in a TV show is always more subpar than the rest of the TV show because and a lot of stuff is different. It's different in here than it is in the actual books, and I don't know whether that's for the better. It's just kind of like it's kind of like uncanny valley kind of changes more than it is like outright changes to the plot that enhance it or it takes another take on it. It's kind of like a little bit airy because it's or jarring because it's not quite what I expect to be happening. It does make me think more favourably of Harry this time through though, which is probably a good thing. After I finish that today, I joined the 2 PM live stream. I am reading Wayward Son, and this book, this naked book, is so beautiful. Like, yes, and the end pages are so beautiful, and I'm just there like, ooh, ooh. Good work, honestly, all around. I'm like this much through the book. I've got to get to this pink post-it note up here by the end of today. Don't mind this. You'll see this on the other books as well. I do this because I like the reward of peeling it off when I get to a new chapter. And as a side note, it's this, I reuse the post-it notes in different books, so it's not like I'm just using a post-it note and then throwing it away after one use. No, there's piles of them all over my house. And then obviously the last thing I will read after I finished that is the next volume. This counts as my nature on the cover and my multiple perspectives, because if you've read Carry On you know that it switches perspectives all the time, which I love. There's one perspective that I don't care for, that I didn't care for in Carry On, which is Agatha's perspective. I don't care. So yes, that's how my reading is going. The only badge I have accomplished as of right now is the 2-hour reading sprint, and I've finished a book. They'll be on screen for you like here right now. Tomb Raider, reread a favourite book. Covered by these two. And then we have Sharpen Your Weapons, Play a Game. I don't know what game I'm going to play tomorrow, but I am going to play a game. It might be The Sims, but that counts. Then we've got Band of Misfits, multiple PVs, which is covered by this lovely book. And so is Natural Survivors, which is to have like nature on the cover, because like look at this gorgeous book cover. Naked book cover goals right here. But even failing that, we've got plants on the cover of this. Like there's a flower there. and there's flowers on this one too at the bottom, so I'm like pretty good for the nature vibes. And then Oathmaker, share your TBR, done that in my what month is it? March wrap up. Wrap up TBR, oh my god, I don't know what's going on anymore. And then we've got Tournament Ready, join a competition. I'm going to do that later. I'm joining both, but I'm going to do that later. I'm going to do all 4, hopefully. I didn't really talk to you about how I'm feeling about this. I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying it more than I enjoyed the first 150 pages of Carry On. That's not really saying much because I wasn't a massive fan of that. I didn't really start to get into it until Baz showed up, because me and Baz are more similar and Simon's perspective started to grow on me. First 150 pages were what stopped Carry On from being a 5-star for me, because I was so bored. Yeah, so the first 70 pages of this are going much better. The characters are in America. They've got there, sad shit is happening, but it's kind of like good. It's definitely good. I'm enjoying it right now. I don't think it's going to be 5 stars, but I don't know what happens in the book. Mainly probably because Carry On wasn't 5 stars for me, so I'm already going in not necessarily caring as much as I could about the characters. But I do enjoy the writing style, I enjoy the world and how whimsical it is. I enjoy short chapters and the multiple perspective thing. Some of my other favourite books have this multiple perspective thing as well. It's one of my favourite literary devices. Just putting the name and then letting them talk from that character's perspective. I don't know why I eat that up so much, but I think it's because I'm a reader that's very attached to characters, and I do love these characters. I really love Penelope and I really love Baz. I'm okay with Simon, I'm like eh, but that's usually how I am with main characters. There's very few main characters who are my favourites, who I care about that much. I'm trying to think if there's like, there's a couple exceptions, you know. I really care about Jem and Will and Tessa, but Emma, meh, and Julian, meh, Harry and Jace, meh. You know, it's very much the other characters that are why I love those books so much. Who else is a character that I did care about a lot? Adelina from, oh my god, what is it called? It's because they're not there. I lent them like months and months ago and I haven't seen them since. So now I'm just like forgetting. It's the younger leads. In Undead Girl Gang, I care about Mila. I don't think she's the smartest character ever. Like, some things I did start to figure out before she did. But, you know, we're not all smart under pressure. Most of us are dumb bitches and we just don't want to admit it. No, I honestly think that's it. Like, I am a very side character driven person. You know, like, have character driven, pocket driven readers. I'm like a side character driven reader. Give me some good side characters which are like a family or just the best people ever, and I will eat that shit up, like, honestly. Or give me a perspective from a villain. Also down for that. I want to know what everyone's favourite kind of tea is, because I think this is my new favourite kind of tea. It's cherry and cinnamon. And I'm like, who thought to put those two things together? But it's so good. It's like bitter but also kind of sweet, and it's just like And my internet still isn't back, so I will see you when I have my internet back, because I'm gonna go and read. I will see you again later. Oh, you can see my little friend. A little... Turns out the entire street that I live on, internet went down, and it's just back up now. It is 8:47. To prove your epic sleuthing skills, you must search for the little elven princess hiding somewhere around the palace grounds. Search around, see what you can uncover. So basically this is a task where we've been given things that we need to find on books to help save the elven princess, and the team who on average finds the most of these things wins. And as the outlaws are the second smallest team, I must do this, and I guess I'm giving myself a 10-minute limit because I've got to go to the archery competition soon. First thing I've got to find on a book is a mask, and I have no idea where I'm going to find a mask. Okay. So it is considerably later right now, and that's because I took so long absolutely tearing apart my bookcase to find a book with masks on. There are books all over the floor, all over the bed, there are books everywhere, absolutely everywhere right now, and I'm going to have to put them away before I go to bed, which is why I will complete the scavenger hunt tomorrow, because it is 12:30. I did find my book with masks on it. The only one that I own. I know this because I have looked at every single book. This is the book I found for masks. It is The Hostile Hospital, the 8th book in the series of Unfortunate Event books, and they are wearing medical masks, and that counts. We're not going to have a discussion about whether it counts. I will complete the rest of the scavenger hunt tomorrow. It's so late and I really want to go to bed. I've got like laundry to put away and a fuck ton of books to put away. There's something wrong with my computer. One of the drives isn't showing up. So I'm just kind of like living that lifestyle, which meant that I couldn't get back onto camera until now because he was trying to see what he could do to fix it, which is in this area because my computer lives literally there. I have actually got to where I was supposed to get in this book. I might read another chapter to see how much of the Mortal Instruments graphic novel volume 2 I can get done when I'm in bed, but it's very likely that as soon as I get into bed I might just pass out, and this is the worst time to have daylight savings time, isn't it really? I do have an update on the archery, which is that I got 5 out of 5 questions correctly, which I didn't think was going to happen. Go Outlaws. Am I right? I'm right. I know I'm right. Okay. I just need to stop rambling now. So good night. I will see you tomorrow. Hello again, book friends. It is 4:45, but at least I have a valid excuse this time, which is that the battery on my microphone ran out and we had to go and buy a new one, which watch batteries aren't the easiest thing to come by, but we did get one. So hello there. I will update you on my reading, and then we'll do the scavengers hunt, and then I will do the other quest that was dropped. So reading update first. I finished the 2nd volume of the Mortal Instruments graphic novel this morning. I enjoyed this one much more. It felt a lot more whimsical and felt more true to the story that I remember, and the changes didn't feel so uncanny valley to me this time. So this was much more successful, and of course the art style continued to be amazing. There are these great sketches in here that Cassandra Jean has done of different types of gear, so I think I will continue with these. This one's definitely a 4-star read. So let's get to my carry-on update. I am about 60% of the way through this, so I really need to hurry up if I'm going to finish it. Yeah, it's continuing to be fun. It's not a very serious book. The whole world is so whimsical that it's kind of like accepting that it's not serious. So like if there's a plot hole or whatever, I don't really take it to heart that much. But there are a few things that are a little bit irritating, just from the fact that sometimes it feels that even though the characters in here are very stereotypical English people, they say things that British teenagers would never say. Like, even if you grew up the most posh, that I've never heard people say. But again, it is this whimsical world that is not accurate. It's not a contemporary story. It is partly a spoof of Harry Potter anyway. So yeah, I am enjoying it. I am gonna have to like speed read this later, but I'll get back to reading as soon as I filmed my scavengers hunt and the other quest, which I haven't gotten to yet. Do you like my my mask my ball outfit. I have... There is a masquerade ball later, and I felt that it was only good to dress appropriately. So, let's get on with this scavenger hunt. We all know how that went for me last night. I completely just made an utter mess and could not find what I wanted to, and then run out of time before the archery competition. So, mask is the first prompt, and for that I'm going with A Series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket's. The hostile hospital, they are wearing hospital masks. So, what is our next prompt? Our next prompt is gold. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, for gold I have Chain of Gold. Not only does it have this beautiful gold script, but it also has the word gold in the title, so that clearly counts, right? And then, what is the next prompt? The next prompt is water. I'm gonna go with A Deep Trouble by R.L. Stein. It's a Goosebumps book. It is clearly underwater, so we have that. Okay, what next? Key. Okay, finally found one. Okay, for a key we have The Magicians by Lev Grossman. On this spine there are lots of tiny little keys. Okay, cool. So that's our key book. Next we have a book on a book. I finally found a book with a book on the cover. It is the Wordsworth collection of classic short stories selected by Rosemary Gray, which is the largest book I own because it's a collection of lots of different stories. But there are books on this book cover. But this is genuinely the biggest book I own. Next, we have an arrow. Okay, I know exactly where there's an arrow on it, which makes a change in this task. Let's put my neck bracelet over there. And my cards. Oh, there's an arrow on that card. Yeah, look, there's an arrow on the first card I picked up. Right, that, my friends, is an arrow. Right, next prompt is boat. I know a book with a boat on it. We have, oh, I didn't even explain what this is. This is Tales of the Shadowhunter Academy. It's a Shadowhunter book, okay? Alright, moving on. So this is The Tombs of Otan by Ursula K. Le Guin. There are definitely boats on that cover. Okay, right. Next we have Mythical Animal. Oh, there are Percy Jackson books down here. Percy Jackson and the Titan's Curse by Rick Riordan. My copy has a very weird looking Pegasi on the cover. Next prompt. Feather. Okay, this book definitely has a feather, and it's not a questionable feather. When I was talking about questionable feather, I was talking about Children Blood and Bone by Tony Adeyemi, because she's wearing a headdress, which means that they could be feathers, but they could also just be her hair, so I'm not sure. But an unmistakable feather, indisputable, is on Inkspell by Cornelia Funk. There is a very clear feather on this book. Okay, let's see what we get next. Fruit. Fruit? Oh. It's a classic and he's wearing shoes. Right, what have we got now? Crown. Easy. Three Dark Crowns by Kendall Blake. gonna have a crown on it, isn't it? Right, done. Next. This is not a speed round. I'm just treating it like one because I've tried to do it so many times. Door. Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. There's the door. Throne. Okay, I don't think I have a book with a throne on it, so I'm going to do the cheating with the title, with the word throne. And go with A Game of Thrones, because I know I don't have a book with a throne on it. I'm about 90% certain. So, as I've completely looked through every book on my fantasy shelf today. So, we're going to go with the word throne. And then, lastly, and probably the easiest for me as a person, is sword. I have so many books with swords on them, so this cannot go wrong. I'm just gonna go for the first book I see with a sword on it, and that's gonna be Graceling by Kristen Cashore, with a badass lady with a sword. Okay? Okay. Right. That was painful. As you can tell from the amount of times I attempted it and how long it's taken me to do it, but it was definitely fun. So now we're going to go for the demonic training tournament, which is everyone share a book that contains your demon. If you don't have a book, then a movie will also work. Tag one person you think will love this book or movie. Random winner will win one book from their wish list up to £20. If you don't have a demon, there's a link in this tweet to help. Okay, I do have a demon. He's called Odyssey. He is a spirit cat, so he's like a ghost cat. Ghost cats aren't very common in books. However, there are books where cats die. So I think I'm gonna have to go for that angle. And there's two that I can think of where that's quite prominent. One is Chamber of Secrets, which oh god, I don't know if I should talk about my feelings with Chamber of Secrets. No, let's do it. Let's be controversial. Okay, I DNF'd Chamber of Secrets and stopped reading the Harry Potter books because I was so bored. I really enjoyed the first one, but when it came to Chamber of Secrets, and I own them, they're up there, but I couldn't do it. It was so boring to me that I just stopped reading it. I don't remember what page I would DNF'd at. I was like 13 when I did it, but I couldn't do it. And I'm gonna get floods of people going, oh no, you should read them, you really like them now. I will, eventually. I just know how much I hate that book. So recommending that to someone would be very hypocritical. And the other book that I can think of that has a dead cat is Pet Sematary, which I have not read, but I know that a cat dies in it. So now I have just got to think of someone to recommend it to. I'm gonna go to my Goodreads. And I'm gonna see if who I'm thinking of has read Pet Sematary. And both these people are my in real life friends because I haven't got the balls to tweet at a YouTuber because I am a wimp. Okay, I don't think that they have read it from what I can see, so I'm just gonna message them. Okay, she's gonna find her username. So I'm just gonna wrap up this clip so I can get back to tidying up all the books that are everywhere. Take the picture of the books for the task so I can tweet it and get back to reading. So I will be back later with another reading update.
Nothing?
You're such a dick. I want you to, part of me just wants you to stand outside for 10 minutes.
I'm not gonna stand out. I'm not gonna be put on a naughty step.
Hello there, book friends. We're gonna play a game for my sharpen your weapons prompt. We're gonna play Pokemon cards because we're both nerds.
means you win.
What do I win?
Kiss.
Oh. Well, hello there, book friends. I'm all dressed up with my mask for the Masquerade Ball. I'm going to put it back up though because it's not that comfortable with my glasses on. The live is up to go live. I have gotten to page 241. I have about 100 pages left of Wayward Sons. I'm really excited for the Masquerade Ball. As you can see, like I was earlier, I'm completely dressed up. I even took my dressing gown off, so I'm cold, but I am dressed up. Rachel's patrons were starting to talk about Chain of Gold and the Shadowhunt series, so now me and two of Rachel's other patrons are gonna buddy read Chain of Gold together next month, which is great because it will make sure I actually read it and finish it, and I've been really looking forward to it, as you know if you watch my channel.
It's hard when you don't get the time to do the thing.
Is anyone else dressed up for this, like mask and gloves? Are you? Because I can't wait to see it. Like, I hope you're bugging.
Wine always on the go. I hope you take a moment to take it slow. Let me be the one to ease your pain. Let me be the one to ease your pain. Baby, take a break. It'll be okay.
Hello there, book friends. So, it is Monday after the Bookie trials and I'm here to do my wrap up and fill in my quest sheet. So, I am going to give you the update on Wayward Son, which I did finish last night. So, I have completed all 3 of my books for the Bookie trials weekender. But yeah, so this one, it was disappointing to me because it felt like a middle book, but only in the last couple of chapters. And that's gonna sound really weird, but basically it was like the last couple of chapters were setting up all these things for the next book, which made me realize how much of a middle book this is, and it felt random. We start off this book with the main ship being in disarray, and I just don't feel like that was developed very well throughout the book. Like, it felt like it was gonna be, and then it just wasn't, and that was quite disappointing for me, and I don't know, it felt lackluster, so I've given it 3. I will read the next one, but and the final showdown was good, and I love these characters. I don't know, there was characters that just didn't feel like they needed to be there. I hated Agatha's. Actually, I hated Agatha's perspective less than I did in the first book. So, at least there's that. But I love the characters, but I did not like this book. It was very disappointing. And there are good moments. There was definitely, moments that I did enjoy, as you can see. But if you look too closely, the further I went in, the less post-it notes I was using because the less I was enjoying it. Can't win them all. And I will read the next one, but very hastily. I don't think I'm going to be in any rush when it comes out to read it. So, on to filling in the completion scrolls. My Twitter handle, if you don't know, my Twitter handle is @TizzyCat360 because that's the kind of teenager I was. I have done my Oathmaker challenge. I did post a TBR. I did do a power sprint on day 1, which I forgot to film, but I did do one. I was there. I did complete all 4 tournaments. So I don't know why I showed 3. 4 tournaments. I did the Masquerade Ball, I did the archery competition, which were the live tournaments, and then I did the Scavenger's Hunt and the Demonic training. So I've done all of those. So I get that one. And I did complete a book for Tome Champion. So I have completed all 4 of those, which were the general quests for everyone. And I am an outlaw. Now, which of these ones are the Tomb Raider? Reread a favourite book. Check. Sharpen your weapons, play a game. We did do that. Band of Misfits, multiple POVs. Check. And then Natural Survivor. Check. So I have got 8. So I have an entirely perfect score for this weekend. I got 7 out of 7 at the Masquerade Ball, and I got 5 out of 5 at the archery competition, and I've completed all of my prompts. So I have done incredibly well for myself. It will not go that well in July, but that's fine. I can just have this. How many pages did I read overall? Okay, I'm gonna need a calculator. Which equals 772. Will you take part in the Bookie trials in July? Of course I will. I am so obsessed with this. It's what made me start my YouTube channel, so I clearly am. Which was your favourite tournament to take part in? Ooh, probably the Masquerade. Oh god, I can't spell Masquerade though. Any positive energy you'd like to share? I've just put, I love you so much, thank you Rich. Because I think it's perfect. And I loved it. Okay. And there we go, guys. That is my quest complete. Goodbye, book friends. I'm sorry this has been a mess because I'm terrible at vlogging, but bye.